inflammation throughout the body. And where does that inflammation like to show up first? The softest, most visible tissue you have, your face. So once you pull the carbs out, that water starts clearing out, the inflammation calms down, and boom, you see it in the mirror. Here's the interesting part though. Most people see this change in their face days before they see any real difference on the scale, which means your body is already telling you something is working. You just have to know where to look. But that's just the surface. That's the part you can see. Let's talk about what's happening underneath, the stuff you can't see in a mirror but you definitely feel. Because number 2 is where a lot of people finally understand why they've been so tired all the time, for years, without ever connecting it back to what they were eating. Number 2, your energy stops crashing. Think about your typical day. You eat a carb-heavy meal, let's say a sandwich, some chips, maybe a soda. Your blood sugar spikes up fast, and what goes up has to come back down. And when it comes down, it often overshoots, dropping lower than where you started. That drop? That's your 2 or 3 p.m. wall. That's the reason you're staring at your coffee machine wondering how you're going to make it through the rest of the day. Now here's what happens when you take the carbs away. Your body no longer has that quick spike fuel source to run on, so it's forced to make a switch. It starts burning stored fat instead. And fat is a completely different kind of fuel. It's steady, it's not a roller coaster. Think of carbs like a tiny battery that gets used up fast and needs constant recharging, versus fat, which is like a massive fuel tank that just keeps giving you steady power all day long. Most people notice this shift by day 4 or 5, and once it clicks in, that afternoon crash, it's just gone. Which brings us to something that honestly surprises almost everyone who tries this. Number 3, your cravings start disappearing. Dramatic, almost unbelievable drop on the scale, sometimes several pounds in just the first week. And I need you to understand that first big drop is mostly water, not fat. I want to be straight with you about that because a lot of programs won't tell you that part, and then people get discouraged in week 2 when the scale slows down. But here's the thing, once that water weight clears out, what you're burning from that point forward is real, actual stored body fat. That's the part that matters long term. Okay, we're halfway through the list now. And honestly, the next one is my favorite, because it's not something you notice alone in your bathroom mirror. It's something other people start noticing about you, at work, in conversations. Your own head just works differently. Number 5, your focus and your concentration sharpen up. Noticeably, your brain, out of every organ in your body, might be the most sensitive to blood sugar swings. So when your blood sugar is spiking and crashing all day long, your brain is riding that same roller coaster with you. That foggy, can't quite think straight feeling, that's often just your brain dealing with unstable fuel supply. Stabilize the blood sugar and something shifts. A lot of people report clearer thinking, better concentration, an easier time actually finishing tasks that used to feel like wading through mud. This usually shows up in the second week, once everything settles into a new rhythm. Now, number 6 is one people don't expect at all. Number 6, your skin might actually start to clear up. Diets that are heavy in refined carbohydrates are linked to increased inflammation throughout the body. And inflammation, as we already talked about, doesn't stay hidden, it shows up visibly. Breakouts, redness, that dull, tired-looking skin. When you lower the carb load, you're lowering one of the drivers of that inflammation, and skin often reflects that improvement within a couple of weeks. Depending on your body. This isn't a lifetime commitment. It's not extreme. It's just enough time to actually find out for yourself whether this makes a real difference. Because until you try it, you genuinely don't know what your body's been capable of this whole time. And if you're sitting there thinking, okay, I'm convinced, but where do I even start? That's exactly what I'm covering in the next video. The exact step-by-step. What to eat, what to avoid, how to get through the first few tough days without giving up. I'll link it right here, so go check that out next.